All right, so we got our computer open. This is the OBS software. It's used for recording things. We'll show you how to do that later. As previously mentioned, I'm trying to upload this media feature pack. It's because that's right, my camera ain't working. I don't know what's up. We're gonna figure it out. So, first things first, we need to open a terminal. What's a terminal, you ask? Terminal is where you can say anything you want to the computer and it will pretty much respond back. As you can see, I'm running fantastic Windows 11. My computer's been on for 5 days. This is the terminal. I've got a shitty CPU. And you can't see shit because it's all black and white. That's right, we're going to go old school. Because everyone likes PowerShell. We're going to do this again. NeoFetch, F-E-T-C-H. That's right. Sometimes I can't spell. Being dyslexic. Check it out. Memory, using up a bunch of tabs on this. You will be surprised what I have. And I got a lot of disk space left. 2 gigabytes. But most of my memory is being used. Alright, so we're going to go and get our files. Now, the thing is tonight, you should have seen the safety glasses. They were great stuff. Tonight we're checking out this Chinese. It took me all of 5 minutes to find a random app that I've never heard of before, and that's what we're doing. So we got our game box. It's a public distribution on the GitHubs. If you'd like to go to this, go for it. What you do, little green arrow, little green thing over here. I like the HTTPS version. You can do it in the command line here. We've got the desktop, but we're not doing it that way. We're gonna go old school. So, copy the URL. It's copied now. Let's make a file. All right. I don't like it on there. Let's say, there's a shortcut to my documents. Let's go on the desktop though. Not many things on my desktop. I'm going to delete this later. Don't worry about it. You can stick it wherever you like. If you want to put in your documents, put in your documents. But we're going on desktop today. We're going to make a new file. This is going to be a file called Chinese, C-H-I-N-E, Chinese Spy Game. The CCP loves us, does it not? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to open a terminal right here. That's right. This is not my real name, Craig. That's not me. This is Tea Time with Tony. Of course, I have a pseudonym for my laptop. You should have a pseudonym if you're starting to do some silly stuff like we're going to get into. I hope you're excited. So, this is now in the Chinese Spy Game. As you can see, let's do that NeoFetch thing again. And you can see that we're still running the same kind of nonsense here. We're going to clear it out. Now, what if you don't want it in the Chinese spyware little folder that we just made? We're going to go CD for change directory. Then we're going to space it because, the terminal's a very powerful little engine right here. It's going to go chugga and it's going to go exactly as you tell it. It can mess up a lot of the stuff. It can make a lot of magic happen. But we're not going to get into all the nitty-gritty. But we're going to change the directory to just the desktop. That's right. It hates my commands. I don't give a shit. So, let's try that again. Let's put a little slashy slash. Didn't work. What if we switch to that one? Will that work? No. It doesn't work because I'm absolutely stupid. Why are you getting advice from me? Well, it's because you're absolutely stupid too. You don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. We're going to learn together. So what we're going to do, because we're trying to install this Chinese Spy Game in its designated folder without going crazy, the command line knows how to tell us not to go wackadoodle. Too bad, we're going to go wackadoodle later. So what we're going to do is we're going to go git, nice fun command. We're going to clone it. We're going to clone that directory from that website. So Git is a fun program. It's for version control. What's version control? Well, you like episode 7 of your TV series. Well, what happens if, the director wanted to come back and edit out all the nudity? Well, you're going to be sad. So you might want to have to revert back to a different version of episode 7 when you can still see a little bit of that side boob. All sorts of good stuff. But for the TV ratings, he's going to put 7.1, and it's going to get rid of that side boob scene because your mom's going to come in. And if you know your mom's going to come in, you definitely want to load 7.1. So that's why we have Git. Version control. Clone. What does clone do? That little clone word means it's going to duplicate it. Super simple. Super duper simple. And what are we cloning? We're going to the github.com. We get the Chinese game, gamebox.git. Bam. Didn't take too long. See, that's how you clone a repository. These are called repositories. Now, as you can see, I'm going to go to my folder and look at here. It's got Gamebox. You don't need to see my documents. You don't need to see all my nonsense. You don't even need to see that. So, what does this game have? It's got a bunch of nonsense. We got CPP, that's C++ files, that's not the Communist Party. Too bad. It's got a bunch of little things here. Licensing. I don't believe that their licensing is true. You got the tools. What kind of tools? Is it going to be on your Windows 64 machine? You have a Windows 32 machine? That's pretty nifty. And here's your games. It says it's going to give you a Super Mario, tanks, and then some other Tiger Hunter hero novel. I think this is the one because it's the biggest. It's the spyware. So we'll see what happens. Now, MD means Markdown. Markdown source file. I'd like to open it. What are we going to open it in? Well, I made sure to put a lot of options here. We're opening in Notepad++. You know why? It's fun. It's easy. It shows you all the little plugs and this, that, and the other thing. So this is the README file. And they want you to read this nonsense. It's a retro gaming emulator. I don't believe it. It's spyware. It's from China. You know it. I know it. So, what else can we do? Let's bring back up that fun little terminal we had. Spygame. Now, I don't know what to do next. Give me a minute. Unfortunately, it's still installing the media feature pack. So, what we're going to try to do is we're going to GNU C compiler game. We have an error code. You know why? We could not find the game. You quit yelling at me. Main CPP. How do you do that? This is such a shitty repository. You can't have a whole thing with 1 kilobyte. Watch this. See, it ain't gonna even run. Baloney. This is baloney spyware. And I told you guys. Look. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah. It's gonna yell at me because I have 1,001 extensions that it wants to pop up. So, this is your main C++ program. Where you write, include main window, application, translator, Chinese translator. I like that it highlights there. It's a fun little feature. So, it's got a source code. You can look at it. It's pretty short. But unfortunately, this is not the project to work with. We're going to have to go ahead and delete it. I'm just going to go up to the whole thing, delete the Chinese spy game. Try again. Oh, it's mad. Why is it mad? It's probably because we have some extra terminal files open. So one way to do is make sure to close them. It's that easy, friends. All you have to do is open up your PowerShell, click X. Boom, deleted, gone. We have gotten rid of the Chinese spyware. Now, let's try something different. I know that you want to learn the command line, and that's why we're really here tonight. It's to get fun, funky, and fresh doing weird things on our computer that they didn't teach us back in middle school. So that's what we're doing. We're going to clear out because you don't need to see my little NeoFetch anymore. But I think we have a better idea. Just came up with it off the tippy top of my head. I know there's a lot of hair there right now. It's very smooth. I need to shave it. Whatevs. We're going to clear out. We're going to install a program. Now, believe it or not, as you see on my Windows, it's going to ask for all programs. I'm going to scroll down. Yeah? See what's missing here? Chrome. You don't see a Google Chrome because I didn't install it. Is it under Google? Let's go to G. Georgia? No, that's a state. Get? But those are fun. Google Earth Pro. We're so close. But no Google Chrome. And I know everyone likes to have their fun favorite American spyware, Google Chrome web browser. I like LibreWolf. It's, a lot of fun. But let's install Google Chrome. First off, how do we do that? We're going to use a fun new command. You may have to install it. I'm not going to show you how. If you can't figure out how to install this, it's too late for you. You might as well stop learning now. So we're going to assume that you know how to go to Microsoft.com and install this fun thing called WinGit. Did it ship with your computer? Probably did. But if not, go to the fucking store and get it. I need to learn to bleep out things. I don't know how to video edit yet. So these are all going to be stupid random raw files until then. It'll be ugly at first, just like my dumb mug. I understand I need better face wash. Right now mine ran out, just like I said. WinGit. What's that going to do? The window is going to get me off program. I'd like to install Aha! You noticed my mistake. No space. See how it turned from yellow to gray? That's how you know you're on the right page. We're going to go Chrome. 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 Go. There are multiple files. Now, let's say we're going to WinGit install Chrome. We're going to do a -S for source. And then we're going to say MS Store, the Microsoft Store. Now, we could direct get it from the internet. That's not why we're here. Do we want to install it? What does it say? Let's see. Publisher. Bunch of fucking Chinese right here. I don't like it when I ask for Chrome and they give me Chinese. No. Wasn't that nice? Let's try it again. How about WinGit? I like that it says Google Chrome instead of DC browser. Remember, we're trying not to have a bunch of random spyware on a thing. Now, we got a fun little window. Google Chrome. Wait while Windows configures Google Chrome. Now, have you installed Google Chrome from your command line interface? I don't think you probably have, because you're watching me, Tea Time with Tony, doing this nonsense with you. I know we're trying to hold each other's hand, we're trying to, stroke each other's mustache, all the fun stuff. But in the meantime, we're going to take it step by step. It's a follow along process. Put it on when you're making some pasta. Your mom can learn to do it with us. I understand mom's slow. She doesn't like that. Successfully installed. I don't believe you. We're going to clear out everything. What's this in the top corner? Google Chrome. Bam. We ain't signing in. We're going to skip everything. Now, we understand. Now, I promise to give you something fun. So we're going to do a nice, easy install because everyone likes that. We're going to look for Electric Sheep. What's an electric sheep? Well, it's a sheep that got electrocuted. I know you like your Pokemon. I don't know what they're called because they made 27,000 different issues. Electric Sheep. Boom. We're going to download it. I know you know how to download it, so we're just going to do it like that. It's up in this little corner. What are we going to do? Is it done? Yeah, it's done. We're going to just run it there. Finally, it's done. Now I didn't have the little pause. We're going to open it. It wants to install. We're going to go ahead and install it through a standard installer. I know you've done this before. Big whoop. All right, we agree. It's not like we could say no. Obviously, you read all the terms and conditions. I read them. Would you like a shortcut on the desktop? Just for this demonstrational purposes, absolutely. No, we don't want to change our current setup. Finish. It's done. Now, this little electric sheep. I don't know if the screen capture will record it, but I hope it does. Will it? Yes, we're gonna allow it to do stuff. I burped. So let's run it as is. No, changing nothing about the flock. We're gonna assume the display is fine. We don't need to run a proxy. We don't have any kind of advanced rendering. We're just gonna run it as is. Black window. Sadness. There we go. And that is an electric sheep happening. I know you're thrilled, you're excited, you want to put this on your big high-screen display server, and it's going to show off, and you're going to be the coolest kid at the party. Now, that's Electric Sheep. That's what that is. I know you really came here to learn how to make Fractal Flame, because that's what the next part of this video is. I know the title's long. I made a stupidly long video. I wanted to see how well it would work. This is our first one. We're learning together. We're living. We're loving. We're laughing out loud. So that's Electric Sheep. Old program, but you like my desktop more. You want to figure out how to make your own really cool swirly thing. Now we're going to go to my little shortcuts thing. I like that it makes it look old school. And I'm going to use this specialized software that you've probably never installed before. And there you go. Boom. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I want to make that. So let's go to a different default, because we're gonna get freak nasty up in her. I like this green swirl. What's it do? Green swirly swirl. Now, it's a good place to start. We're in the middle of a video. If you are just now logging on, hi mom, I hope your pasta's doing good. Let's mutate our little swirly thing. These are called fractal flames. And these fractals are based on mathematical computational things. So we're going to go through mutations. We like the randomized one, but I think this little bit right there helps. What you think? I think that's starting to look good. Why don't we go ahead and run the script a little bit? You see it up in this window? I'm going to X when I think it looks the sexiest. That's right. Ask your dad when your mom's in the moonlight. And we're gonna go for about there. Boom. Big, sexy. Nope. Don't like it. Big, ugly. Grandma was coming out of the shower. Got all not in the way. How about this? Boom. Perfect little swirls going everywhere. I like that. So, any more mutations? No, we're going to skip the mutations. We ran it to where we think it's going to go. What we need to do next is we need to go to flame, because these are little flame files. We're going to render it to the disk. Now, typically I like to render out a big old 1000 quality, but we're going to do real simple. 500. We're going to downsample to 2. We're going to maintain our aspect ratio, but we're going to bump it up to a minimum of that. I think that looks good. We're going to lower our floating point integer. That way it's going to give us a faster runtime. Looks good to me. I'm going to throw it in the same one. I know it's coming out today. Render. Now while this is rendering, and it's going to take all of 2 minutes, we'll come back. As promised, I didn't want to leave you hanging. Here we go. Got 10 seconds, 5 seconds. It's about to be done rendering. Don't believe me? Boom. 0 time remaining. It took 3 minutes and 2.4 seconds. That's pretty cool. We're going to close out our window. We're going to minimize this because I want to make that other file. And where do we go? I don't know. Let's say desktop. That's my desktop. We got rid of the Chinese spyware. Where's our pictures? We're going to go to the pictures. We made a fractal. It's a fractal flames. And which one do we just make? That's today's date. This is what we got. Boom. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to shoot you as it is. It's going to be fantastic. But I think we need to make this fancier. So, what we're going to do... By the way, if you don't know how to close out all the windows on your computer, I want you to find that fun little Windows looking button is sometimes called the super key. And I want you to tap that and tap the D for down. Windows down. Super simple. Now you know. It's a pro tip. I'm not that professional, but it's a pro tip. So we had the Google Chrome. We're going to close that. I don't like Google Chrome. I honestly do not. So we're going to clear out what we had. And what we're going to do, we're going to try it again. Winget uninstall. Will it work? I don't know. I never tried to uninstall. Yeah, we'll let it do its thing. Successfully uninstalled. It's that simple. I didn't have to go into any kind of menus to find weird settings. Winget. I know you'll love it. It's your new best friend. Right after me. Electric Sheep, I'll leave it there. We're going to throw it in the shortcuts folder though. It'll be one for later. So, we have this. We just rendered it out. We saw that it was rendered in all of our little render files. Sounds cool. What we're going to do is we're going to go to GIMP, the GNU Image Manipulation Program. Now, that might not be what it's called. That's what I'm going to call it, because that's what you're going to call it. You're not going to call it GIMP. You're going to call it GIMP. I don't know if there's a big difference in what I said. Now, honestly, it does not matter. GNU Image Manipulation Program. It's going to give you a little thing. Right now, I'm rocking version 3.0.0. The research kind. It's not even official yet. I know right now they're running, 2.6, 2.8? I don't remember. I'm running number 3. We're on the big update. So, this is what it looks like. Not much going on. We need to file. We're going to open. And we're going to find the one that we just made. Now, I like that they render it by date. I like that there's little previews. I'm dumb, though. I don't see it. 21, 21, 21 Savage. Where is the one that I made with my Babbage? Maybe that was just because it was recent. Yeah, see? Here it is. So, this is the one we just made. I know you see it. It's a PNG file. You know what that means? There's no background. As you can follow my near the activated Windows, because I don't have an activated Windows license yet, I'm going to go here, create a new layer. We're going to call it, what are we going to call it? Grandma's Handnet. Grandma's Handnet is a fun little thing. So we're going to have 100% opacity. We're going to fill it with a white background. Boom. Oh no, we got a problem. The handnet is on top of our file. Super simple. We're going to use that fun little drag function that you know all about and just drag it down. Boom. Now, if that isn't the sexiest grandma's handnet that you could have as your background image, I don't know what to tell you. I just tried to make you a fun little thing. But I get it. You don't like white backgrounds. You're one of those super chads. So let's change our color. I'm feeling not highlighter pink. We're going to go with green. With a splash of blue. Up in that. We're going to dial back the red value. And we're going to shift the green and the blue to be just about, let's say, there. I like that one. We'll throw it right there. Oh, well, totally messed it up. Doesn't matter. See how easy it is? We're going to pick right about there. Okay, looks good to me. I'm going to go over here. Bucket fill. You know about bucket fill. Tap it. Boom. But that's too much. You're right, he says. Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to colors. Hue saturation. I'm going to increase the lightness. I'm going to shift down the hue just enough to where I like it. I'm going to desaturate it a lot. I'll bump up the brightness. How's that looking? A little bit better. So, let's try something a little bit different. Brightness contrast. Can you increase the contrast? Yeah. Let's go with that. That's a fun, nice little dark green. That looks like it's popping well. I'm liking it so far. You're liking it too. Grandma's handnet is making everyone happy. But there's a problem. I'm so glad that you pointed that out too. We need to duplicate the file. So we duplicate the layer. We're going to hide the original. We're going to hide the background. And now we're back with that PNG transparent background. We want to go over here to filters. What are we going to do with filters? We're going to go to blur. We're going to Gaussian blur. Is that a specialized word? Yeah. Do I know how to pronounce it? No. Does it matter? No. That looks pretty blurry to me. Let's make it that much more blurry. Sounds good. I don't want to adjust anything else. I'm trying to keep it simple. Any other filters? No, that's too many. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift it down, the copy down there. Now, doesn't that just make it crisp? You're right, it's too strong. We need to lower the opacity. How about to about there. That gives a nice little highlighted glow on a brand new picture. So, what do we do now? We can't have a picture that has alpha channels. That's too crazy. That's too crazy for my little computer. It hasn't even activated the windows yet. I know you're catching on. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to layer. Just kidding. I thought that you did it before, and you're right. We're going to merge the visible layers. Expand it as necessary. Boom. Now, everything's called Grandma's hairnet. But I think this is not going to work out. Not at all. So what we need to do is go to our rectangular select. We're going to rectangle select that much. Because Grandma lives in widescreen. You love it, I love it. The image, we need to canvas size, crop to selection. Boom. Super simple. Now, I like this picture. You want it as your Facebook background. Everyone's on the Facebooks. I'm not on Facebook anymore, but you want to be there for Grandma's hairnet. So we're going to go over here and we're going to export this as. Now, it's going to give us that. We're going to call it Granny's hair. We're skipping the net. It's a private joke between me and you. We want to select what kind of file type it is. So I'm going to scroll down here. Keep it nice and simple. Keep it internet friendly. JPEG. JPEG, we're going to export it. Granny's hairnet.jpg. Sounds good. Everyone's happy. But wait, we've got settings. You know what? 100% quality. Don't even need to do that. Optimized. We're going to go half horizontally. You know why? Because we can. Floating point? Nah. We're just going to do a regular integer. We're not going to save the color profile. We are going to save a thumbnail. We had some fun little settings changes. Export. Boom. You saw how fast that was? Fantastic. So, lowering that, closing out the extra window. Granny's hairnet. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close this. Discard changes. Doesn't matter. Granny's hairnet. You don't believe me? Boom. Granny's hairnet. Now, that's how you make it. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And hopefully, it's still downloading the media feedback. What else can I teach you by the time this downloads? I'm running out of things. Alright. We're going to play around some more. You had some fun. We had some lightning. Let's go and learn together some VirtualBox. I know you know about VirtualBox. We're going to go to Big Deborah. Is Deborah running tonight? I don't remember. I wasn't all the way awake when I installed this. We'll see how it goes. Sure, whatever. Let's run Deborah. Give me Deborah. Now, what do you see here? You see Linux. What is it doing? It's being a Linux desktop. Now, I know you know about running Linux. It's one of those fantastic operating systems that works in the server. But it doesn't matter about server stuff if you can't get it to initialize the RAM disk. Should have double checked my factory settings. So, what is this trying to do? This is trying to load a broken version. Ooh, that's a stupid little fun kind of window tiling thing. Not that we use that, but now we learn together. What is that doing? VirtualBox here is trying to operate an instance of a different operating system on top of my regular one. But it's not working out. So what we're going to do, we're going to power off the machine. Let's see if we can get something else. CIA was aborted. Hecker, I don't even know if that's installed yet. Can we do a comfy? What if we push the start button? Do we have a comfy version of Linux? It's powering up. We're about to find out. Mostly, right now, we're waiting for the media feature pack to install. So, that's not giving us a lot of options. I think it's getting close to bedtime. We've got Grandma's Hannah. That was a fantastic time. But realistically, I want to do some fun things with this later. So, I'm going to go ahead and say render to disk. You know all about it. We're going to get rid of aspect ratio. We're going to full size this all the way up. Big fat files like Judy's Booty. We're going to go back to number 3, 4000, 64-bit. Sounds good. You know why we didn't do this together? It's going to take 4 hours. So 4 hours later, when I wake up, it'll be ready. Now, what do we got here? Mouse integration on my VirtualBox. Auto capture keyboard on my VirtualBox. This is what a Linux boot menu does. It goes through a grub, which stands for something that I used to know and I forgot because honestly I just installed Ubuntu and it did the thing. I didn't have to question and it made my laptop last another 8 years and no one really gave me baloney because I was just using the internet for everything. But we want to get more technical than just being a basic bitch and only using, Google Chrome. So obviously, I have not factored these to be tested correctly, and my VirtualBox is all funky. Now, I want to show you why. We're going to go down to the white black thing. We're going to go to desktop number 1. Lots of things going on. You don't need to see everything. But we will give you an answer. You see all these little tabs that I got up? We're going to Control, Shift, Escape. Control Shift Escape as the easiest way brings up my task manager. Here's my CPU. What's it doing? Crapping its bed. Why is it running at over 70%? Because I've got too many things going on. Now, you wanted to waste time. I wanted to waste time. Your grandma fell asleep by now. You really just had this as background noise to keep the dog interested. If you're here right now, I want you to comment the special word of the day. SpaghettiOs. Now, I know that you're not here, but if you do comment SpaghettiOs, we'll have a private chat later. Just message me. You can see I'm full of memories. All the memories here. What kind of processes we got going on. A bunch. If you want to see the details, a bunch. And this is what's really eating up a lot of stuff. So, that's why we're running slow. Right now, it's using almost 4 gigabytes for 4 gigabytes of memory just to do that. Now, my CPU, you see how the cores over here, those 2 in the top right-hand corner on a slightly lower basis? It's because my computer's getting a little warm down here. And unfortunately, my GPU is not really rendering anything. So, we're going to go back on desktop 3. And looky here, our instance of Linux is starting to do things. It's going slow, Yes, but it is going nonetheless. Don't worry. We're going to minimize that for now. Minimize that for now. And we're going to look and see that it couldn't add the media feature pack. Day ruined. Absolutely day ruined. You know why? Camera. Camera doesn't work. Close it. We're going to look for it again. I want to run my camera. And it won't let me. You know what that means? We're going to have to end the video here. We'll come back on the next episode to look at more Linux, to render more files, and to do some more shenanigans out in the command line. Don't worry. I got a slow computer. Your computer is obviously faster than mine, but it is what it is. So that's tonight. Oh, what's that? See how slow it comes out? That's how you know my computer's ready for bedtime. All the memory's full. It's been up for 5 days and 14 hours. It's ready for bed, but it's in the middle of processing that. How do you know? Well, because when you get rid of all the other things, and you scoot it back, we got another 4 hours. So I'm going to go to bed. I hope that you guys have a good night. Make sure to tell your grandma her hair's looking lovely. If she has no hair, I want you to go over to your grandma and rub her head and tell her that her hair's looking lovely and give her the biggest, cheesiest, most Parmesan-looking smile that you got. Tell her that you love her. Because without loving your grandma, you're going to have a bad time. This has been Tea Time with Tony. Terrible accent. I don't even talk like this to my friends and family. You guys are the only people that I know that we're doing this with. As you can see, I'm using OBS version 31.0.0. Absolutely fantastic. It's 3 a.m. my time. I gotta go to bed. Good night. I love you. We'll have fun tomorrow.